Hey Google, what's the serial killer with the most victims?
Luis Garavito, who murdered 300 victims.
This doesn't seem right at all. Let's try 600 from a woman named Giulia Tofana. Today we are going to be covering the 17th century professional poisoner that has killed over 600 men. How? Let's talk about it. In 17th century Italy, women were auctioned off like objects to loveless and often very abusive marriages. These women had no financial or social power and really only had three options at their disposal: to get married, to stay single and rely on sex work to survive, or to become a respected and well-off widow. Now let's be honest with ourselves, there's only one option that really sounds the most appealing: murder. I mean, your husband mysteriously falling ill and dying, of course. Now, luckily for women, 17th century Rome had a flourishing criminal magical underworld that provided the services to make this possible. This underground community was found in other large European cities and was made up of alchemists, apothecaries, and experts in black magic. Now, not much is known about Giulia Tofana or where she came from, but it is believed that she was born around 1620 in Sicily, and her own mother had a very dark history. In 1633, she was executed for the murder of her husband, with the alleged weapon of choice being poison. Like her mother, Giulia Tofana also became a widow, wink wink, and moved with her daughter to Naples and then to Rome. Following in her mother's footsteps and maybe even using her special recipe, Tofana allegedly began selling a lethal concoction of her own. With the help of her daughter and a group of reliable women, Tofana gained a reputation as a friend to troubled women. Her group of poisoners may have also recruited a local Roman priest to secretly take part in their criminal network. Now take note of the irony that on the glass bottle is an image of Saint Nicholas. 10 out of 10 disguise if you ask me. Now Giulia packaged her poison so that it could easily blend in on a woman's vanity beside her makeup, lotions, and perfumes. Although it was known to her customers as Aqua Tofana, the glass bottle itself was actually labeled Manna of St. Nicholas of Bari, which was actually a popular healing oil at the time for blemishes. Now this was powerfully lethal. The colorless and tasteless concoction could kill a man with just 4 to 6 drops. But the real genius behind the poison was how undetectable it was even after death. It would kill a victim over days, mimicking a disease. Now, per Giulia's very specific instructions, you would administer this in doses in some kind of drink. The first dose would induce weakness and exhaustion. The second, stomach aches, extreme thirst, and vomiting. The gradual decline, however, would give the victim the chance to get his affairs in order, which usually meant ensuring that his soon-to-be widow would be well taken care of after his death. Finally, with the third or fourth dose administered over the next several days, the man would meet his fate. Now, I'm sure you're incredibly curious as to what were the ingredients in Aqua Tofana. Hopefully, not for any sinister reason, but I'll tell you anyways. The ingredients of the mixture are basically known, but not known how they were blended, but it contained mostly arsenic and lead and possibly belladonna. Now, although the term belladonna might not ring a bell, how about its more accurate nickname of deadly nightshade? Now, Tofana's business successfully fooled the authorities for decades throughout the 17th century Italy. Tofana may have even gone completely undiscovered forever had it not been for a bowl of soup. As the story goes, in 1650, a woman served her husband a bowl of soup, laced with a drop of Aqua Tofana. Before her husband could take a spoonful, however, the woman had a change of heart and begged him not to eat it. This raised the man's suspicions, and he abused his wife until she confessed to poisoning the food. He immediately turned the woman in, and upon more torture by authorities, she admitted that she had purchased Aqua Tofana from Giulia Tofana. With the authorities searching for her, Tofana escaped to a local church where she was granted sanctuary. That is, until a rumor was spread that she had used her Aqua Tofana to poison the local water supply. The church was quickly stormed and Tofana was arrested. After brutal torture, Giulia Tofana confessed to killing as many as 600 men with the use and sale of her poison between the years of 1633 and 1651 alone, making her the mastermind behind one of the most notorious murder plots in history. Tofana was then executed in Campo dei Fiori in Rome in 1659 alongside her daughter and 3 of her helpers. Additionally, over 40 of Tofana's lower-class customers were also executed, while women of the upper class were either imprisoned or escaped punishment altogether by insisting that they never knew their cosmetics were actually poison. One of the most fascinating things is that Mozart fell ill at the age of 35, and he believed that he was served Aqua Tofana. He says, "I feel definitely that I will not last much longer. I am sure that I have been poisoned. Someone has given me Aqua Tofana and calculated the precise time of my death." However, it is largely believed that he did not die of poisoning, let alone from Tofana's mixture. That would be hard to corroborate anyways, as Giulia Tofana's exact recipe was never recorded. Now that was the legend of Giulia Tofana, and if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure you subscribe so you get more fun, strange, and unusual facts about the past, and also be sure to like this video so that way I know to create more of these. Also comment down below, what was the most interesting fact to you, and I will see you guys in the next video.